racing. It's in our blood. From the no limits of Texas to the high-speed banks at Daytona.
I mean, nobody's going to catch that 3-truck of Hal Amy as he takes it.
From the drop of the green flag. To green flag pit stops. It's in their DNA. We live for it. There's 7 nights in a week. And only one night matters to us. The moment to prove that we're the best. Laying down an entire season. Pushing the limits. We're made for it. Bumper, Artie Peterson out to the lead. Glenn Jamison's pushing hard now. Garrett behind him. Top 5 could throw a blanket over it. Artie's going to drop down to the inside. 10 car's going to start pushing. These guys are getting a little dicey back in 5th and 6th place. Little contact between the 14 and the 70. 63, 3 wide in the front. Artie Peterson stuck out in the middle. Brandon Winning, we got a car down on the apron. 70 car, and now a car up in the wall. We got a wreck behind him. 1 lap to go. Rick Fagone has got the position right now. Garrett Helmlinger and Glenn Jamison neck and neck. We got a push on the inside. Push on the 10 car. Rick Fagone looks like he might pull it off neck and neck at the line. And the 10, oh, the Garrett Helmlinger. I can't believe what I just saw. It looks like Garrett Helmlinger. Survival of the fittest. 16 chase drivers. 1 championship. Who's got what it takes? As they give the command to start the engines, it's time to find out. WFO is live right now.
On it, but man, Fagone has just a perfect 1 and 2 right there, Nation. Fagone's going to bring it off the bottom out of turn 4. Can he hold them off to the start finish line? And I believe he's going to, Nation.
Good win. Homestead, Miami Speedway, WFO Twisted Tuesday Truck Series. Cody Williams on the pole so far in this qualifying effort. Registered for the session, we have 25 drivers in here. Yours truly accidentally showed up in the registered. I want to apologize for that. But welcome in, Cindy. Vernon Nation, out there on the track. Nation 01 not here. Tuesday. It's Tuesday, Cindy. Twisted Tuesday Truck Series. I'd like to welcome everyone into the broadcast. We've already got a vote for Driver of the Day. The 24 car gets a vote. I don't know who is keeping track of that, but hashtag your driver's number in the chat. We'll get a post-race interview with the top 3 and Driver of the Day when all is done. So Homestead, Miami Speedway. These guys getting set up for the grid here. We come up here to Cody Williams taking it around the track. Starting on the pole there. We get rid of the venue, take you through your grid quickly. Cody Williams, Chuck Sweeting, Burt Wilson, Dustin German, Christopher Spencer, Richard Holland, Rick Fagone, John T. Wimbish, Vern Bradley, Brian Beach, Troy Cook, Morgan Margenheim, Chad Meadows, Todd Cleveland, Jacob Daniels, Tommy Haynes, Hal Amy, Craig Learman, John Snood, Jonathan William, Austin Wagner, Michael McCauley in the booth, Lynn Jamison maybe not making the grid, but green flag is out and we're live here at Homestead already. 12 truck getting a great start. Burt Wilson starting just there in the second row. He's going to move up to the second position already, but Cody Williams off to a great start here as they come off of turn 2. Multi-groove racing. You're going to see some guys down on the bottom early in this run. I have a feeling that it's going to move up the track as the race progresses. Now, this track being at night is going to help with the grip a little bit, but you can see Cody all the way on the bottom here. Burt Wilson has the 54 of Dustin German on the outside right now. Wilson trying to get back to the inside, and then he's got another guy to his outside. That's the 31 of Richard Holland. And they shoot down into turns 3 and 4. You can see Holland has to step back in line there for just a split second. He's going to fall back to the 5th spot. Rick Fagone, another fan favorite, there in the 6th position. And then Vern Bradley in the 14. So we go back here and check out Vern. He's running in 7th right now. And he's running up on that high line that we were talking about earlier. He's going to lift out of the throttle just a little bit. He had one heck of a run coming off that corner. Thought it was going to get maybe shoot down on the outside of Rick Fagone, who's going to... Okay, so now we got another change for position. Up to 4th now. Richard Holland gets around Burt Wilson. And he's able to do it on the bottom. Let's ride on board with him for a minute. These guys still running the low line. Amy Contracting Truck Series presented here on WFO. I believe we're having some volume issues. Things just a little bit loud here, so we're going to try to tame that down a little bit. Might have had some echoing issues there for just a split second. But good to see you in the chat, Cindy. Good to see you in here, Carlton. Or Carlton? Did I say that right? Carlton. You guys missed the WFO season. We're in the chase right now. And some of these guys competing for points. Like this guy right here. He's been doing an excellent job this season. That's the 10 truck of Rick Fagone. Started in 7th. He's claimed 1 spot as this run progresses. These guys are pretty much single filed out. We have to go back here to Brian Beach running side by side with a new name I haven't said before. That's Vernon Margheim. I believe I'm saying that correctly. Margheim or Margheim? I don't know. You guys read it. 33 right there. But listen to the power of these machines that go around this place. Somewhere around 700 horsepower V8 engine. Just sounds incredibly good. These guys still racing side by side as Brian Beach tries to take away the top 10 from the 33. And this is probably the closest battle. We have to go even further back, maybe some side-by-side racing here. Austin Wagner going on the outside of Jacob Daniels. Wagner started pretty far back here, back to 21st, and he's definitely a top 5 finisher at this track. So you see him going to the inside of Hal Amy now, all the way down to the bottom. If you're not familiar with what's going on this track, every one of these guys is a real-life driver. They're all remote connect to this server, driving in real time. So they're all competing. This is as close to being in a stock car as you could possibly get without actually being in one. The iRacing Simulator software gives everyone a platform, up to 44 drivers getting into a lobby at one time, all on an open-based race. This league, WFO, has been around for 10 seasons, and I'll tell you what, one of these guys that's been pretty dominant this far, Cody Williams, last year's champion, getting it done here tonight. He's missed a few races this season. He's had a few scheduling conflicts, but able to make the grid here tonight, and he's showing up a guy that does really well at this place. That would be the 31 of Richard Holland, his favorite track, currently in the 4th position, trying to figure it out, as he didn't qualify quite where he wanted. Back in 5th spot. He's got some passing to do if he wants to get up there. But through your top 5, we'll bring it up on the screen. Cody Williams, Chuck Sweeting, Dustin German, Richard Holland, and Burt Wilson. So far, clean and green for 10 laps. And I'm really surprised the line hasn't moved up. Back here with Michael McCauley running side by side with the 43 of James Lee. This is for the 22nd spot. Michael McCauley, our Wednesday night race steward, typically up in the booth for these races, but come out on the track for tonight. Started back in 24th. He's picked up 2 spots, and we'll see where that 81 machine's going to end up in that Crown Royal. I like that paint scheme. So, Tommy Haynes having a little bit of an off night tonight. Started way back in the field. And he's since lost a couple positions. Started back in 16th. He's fallen back to 18th. Doesn't appear to have any damage on that machine, but car might not be handling like he's used to. He's going to have to take his time, learn this place. Tommy Haynes back in the 18th position. Wagner's moved up another spot. He's now to the outside of the 55, looking for 14th position. Hal Amy trying to follow suit here. Hal Amy, Amy Contracting, sponsor of this league. Currently in the 16th position. And he's watching that battle shape up in front of him. We've got a few guys up here battling around. We got Craig Learman. Looked like John T. Wimbish. They were all side by side for a minute there. Wimbish is going to get away the 12th spot. Brian Beach has conceded 10th position here to Vernon. And it looks like Troy Cook would be the next victim in 9th spot. Back up here to the front. Sweeting trying to chase down Cody Williams, who is almost a full second ahead of him currently. Sweeting started in second, hasn't moved. Just a great start thus far for the 75. 3rd spot, Richard Holland gets around Dustin German. He's trying to chase these boys down as well. Holland knows the line around this place. It's very fine. You got to be very careful that you don't overdrive it into the entry. Don't run the bottom for too long. One of the masters of this place. He's got quite a few victories under his belt, but currently in the 3rd position. So limited sets of tires for these guys tonight. You know it. 3 sets of tires. Limited fuel, 50% fuel. If I do believe correctly, it's going to be 50% fuel tank fill. So we're going to see a lot of pit stops. Probably going to see these guys run about 30 laps before they have to hit it down pit road. And truck Rick Fagone works his way up to the 6th position. Vern Bradley, we've got a yellow. We've got a yellow out here somewhere. Looks like James Lee is down on pit road. I'm not sure what happened. Let's get an instant replay. I think it's going to be involved with the 43, but let's make sure. I'm not really sure what happened to the 43. And I have no number for the caution here. There's the 43. His wheel like snapped left. He was up on his lid and spun out. I don't know that that was the cause of the caution here, though. I really have no idea, chat. No clue. All right, well, Cody Williams brought it down pit road. Maybe this time by, we're going to find out. Tried to figure out the caution. Nation, I need you up there in the blimp. You got to tell me that stuff. Denise, good to see you in the chat. Welcome in. Caution number 1 on lap 15. These guys are going to pull it down pit road. Chuck Sweeting going to follow suit. The whole field coming down into the pits. Everybody going to top off with fuel. Limited tire sets. I'm going to bet that these guys only take fuel on this stop. Cody Williams would be pretty much the dictator here. Some contact there on pit road with a couple of these guys. But, yep, fuel only here. Down and away. Sweeting trying to beat the 12 out of pit road. Not quite. These guys exit pretty much exactly where they were before. Not sure where that contact was. Seemed like it was a little bit further back. Cody Williams wins the race off pit road. Fuel only for most of these guys. Maybe Chad Meadows took... Okay, so I think I might have found out who brought out that caution. I'm not 100% sure, but we're going to go back on an instant replay and see. It might have been the 51 here. I know he got a little bit of damage on that right rear somehow. Troy Cook took the longest down pit road. I'm trying to figure this out because we had the 43 car who hit the wall on the inside. I'm not sure how the 51 got that damage. Taking out another look at it here. 33 starts to pass him on the outside. This was for the 9th position, I do believe. I'm going to have to, I'm going to have to say that there was just, I have no idea why the yellow came out here. Tried to figure it out, chat. I really, really did. All right, so Cody Williams leading this thing. He's got 17 laps led out of 17 complete. We're going to get another restart here. Lights are going to go out on the pace truck right after this. Tell you what, Cody Williams, when he participates in these races, he's a force to be reckoned with. Lights go out on the pace truck this time by. Trying to get everything to work properly. That's pretty creative there. Trying to get the volume to work right. Nothing working correctly. When I have timing and scoring up, it completely overrides everything I got going on. Love it. All right, so 192 miles track temperature at about 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Pretty cool racing surface. Should be a lot of grip. That probably explains why these guys have ran the bottom this whole race. Why they're able to get away with it. Very rarely do you see someone run the bottom that long at Homestead. We did see him move up a little bit, about a lane, but over 10 laps on the bottom. You don't see that too often here. All right, let's ride on board back here with Richard Holland for this restart. See what he's got on this go. If he can get around Chuck Sweeting, and then Chuck's going to be on the outside. 12 trucks going to dictate the start in the restart zone. He's got some teammates to his inside. This could be perfect for him. Geico restart zone right there. Green flag is out, and we're back underway. Right there, you saw it. Rick Fagoon, Richard Holland, they lined up perfectly, exactly where they wanted to be. And they get the jump on Chuck Sweeting. Nicely done by the HJRM guys. Sweeting's going to have to do a lot of work here to get back around all three of these guys. Down the back straight away, he falls back. He's got the 54 of German now on the inside, peeking down to the bottom. And the 75 just stuck up on that outside line. I don't know that the bottom's working quite as well now. We've got about 16, 17 laps on these tires under race conditions. Back here, just about 5 positions. You've got the 24 to Austin Wagner, Burt Wilson. A few different drivers running right on top of each other. Vern Bradley on the outside. These guys cycling around trying to figure out who's going to be in the top 10. And it's still side by side. Burt Wilson, Margheim, Wimbish. These guys trying to figure it out. Almost 3 wide off the exit of 4. Beach gets a pretty good run off of turn 2. I thought he was going to be able to clear the 70, but he got stuck up there on that outside. I guess the outside line just working really well for these guys tonight. Cody Wilson is checked out a little bit. He's about 0.5 of a second ahead of Richard Holland back here in the second position. And then you have Rick Fagone, Chuck Sweeting side by side. Sweeting way up there on the outside. Dives it down to the bottom now. Gets a run off of 2. Oh, can he make it stick, though? He gets a little tight there. And the crossover, I thought that the 10 was going to go for it. Fagone had the momentum, but he just lifted off the throttle. That was a change for third. Now Sweeting going after Richard Holland. Cody Williams has got a good cushion here, trying to run away with it. These guys topping off on fuel kind of changes their strategy. But with limited sets of tires, you got to plan ahead. You got to put that into perspective. These guys are going to race as far as they can on fuel and run it out before they take tires, without a doubt. All right. So we got some racing going on back here. We've got the 24 Austin Wagner, Vern Bradley. This is for the 7th position. Bradley peeked down to the inside for just a second there. And then this new name, this guy here, moving up through the field. Started back in the 12th position up to 9th right now. And he's looking inside of Vern Bradley. Didn't quite get the exit speed. That outside seems like it's getting a better run down the straightaways. I'm just not sure if you're going to be able to get your nose in there on the entry of the corner and keep that guy pinned down for the exit. So a quick rundown of your top 10. Cody Williams, Richard Holland, Chuck Sweeting. We go back to Dustin German, Rick Fagone, your top 5 side by side right now with Christopher Spencer. This is for the 5th spot. Spencer's going to beat him to the line. Let's see if he can get down on the bottom. Fagone going to let him go. Then you have Austin Wagner way up on that outside line. Vern Bradley, who has the 33 of Vern Margheim behind him. And then Burt Wilson rounding out your top 10. Checking in with Hal Amy here. He's got a lot of hungry hippos behind him. 55, Todd Cleveland. 72, Jacob Daniels. Those guys racing side by side all over the rear bumper. Amy running in the 15th spot right now. 3 wide as they come off the corner. For just a brief second, John Sanu sticks his nose in there but lifts out. Thought it was going to be that was close right there. Right there. That could have been another caution, number 2 for the night. Now you've got the 51 of Troy Cook into the mix. He's trying to get back up there in that top 10 like he was earlier. Oh, gets a little loose off the exit there, and he's going to lose a spot. He had the position on Sanu. Just couldn't hold it down there, and Sanu now going to dive to the bottom right in front of him. A lot of racing going on here, back in the 15th, 16th position. Sanu not wanting to give it up. Still down there on the bottom, able to clear, but I don't think he's going to be able to slide job. Look how close they get off the exit of 4. We had another change for position. The 24 running that high line, getting around these guys. Wall riding it around Homestead. He clears the 56 of Wimbish. Now gets around the 33 of Margheim. Sets his sights on the 14. That was 2 spots. And almost 3 wide now as they exit 4. Back up front, though, it's been the Cody Williams show so far. He has led 30 out of the 31 laps we've started. Now coming across the line for number 31. These guys probably about halfway through their fuel run. It's going to be interesting to see what the 12 can do on pit road. Pit road can be very tough to get off of here. You have to use the access road to exit. And keeping that thing on pavement that's about the same width as the truck you're driving. You tag that grass, end up going the wrong direction. Very easy to do here. Then we look at Chuck Sweeting, who's trying to chase down Richard Holland, who's also trying to chase down the 12 of Cody Williams. 1.2 second lead now for the 12 truck. A lot of races still going on back there with Wimbish. These guys 3 wide, fanning out all over the place. Let's see what we got for the top 10. Oh my goodness, 3 wide looking here on the front stretch, and there's contact with the wall. The 33 gets up into it. Vern Bradley able to clear it, but the 33 of Margheim completely falls out of the race. Let's go back and take a look at that. Here they come off the corner, and the 33 gets into the wall. They're all over the place. 33 has a great run, gets to the inside of Wimbish, dives it down to the bottom in 3 and 4. He just gets clear of Vern Bradley on the bottom here. Gets a little bit loose, has to counter the steering, loses the speed, but the 33 gets up into the wall there and just completely disconnects from the race. All right, we're back up here though. Vern Bradley in the 11th spot. Tommy Haynes worked his way from 16th all the way up to 10th, and he gets super loose off the exit of 4. Wow, is he loose. He almost gave the position away there to the 14 of Vern Bradley. Yeah, hopefully they don't miss the pits. This is a little bit easier pit road to get on and off of compared to New Hampshire. So I foresee that will go a little bit better. But this guy checking out 1.3 seconds, and then you got to go all the way back here to Richard Holland. It's half a straightaway of a lead. And then Chuck Sweeting, he's got another 1.2 seconds on top of that. So 2.5 seconds back. Actually, Christopher Spencer, then Chuck Sweeting. So Christopher Spencer has worked his way up into the top three. Still racing side by side here for the third spot, though. Sweeting down there on the bottom. Looked like he's struggling a little bit on this long run. Spencer's going to get the run down the front stretch and I believe clear him. Yep. And as they go into one, I think Sweeting's just going to concede this position. Try to beat him on pit road. That's how you're going to have to do it here tonight. Looks like this truck is very tight on the entry and very loose on the exit. Burt Wilson, Vern Bradley back and forth here for just outside the top 10. This is the 11th position. Bradley has started in the 9th spot, back to 11th currently. And I tell you what, Vern looks like he's struggling a little bit on that high line. We're going to ride on board with him. 1 and 2 probably not as bad, but you can see this thing kind of scrubbing and sliding around on the brakes. Watch his exit of 4 and watch how much wheel he has to put into this thing. That's scrubbing the speed off. It's wearing those tires out. It's like he's fighting it a little bit. Might want to change the lineup a little bit to get by. 24, Austin Wagner, who was running that high groove earlier, he's since went stagnant. Wind in his sails. He was looking really good. Thought he was going to race up there to the top 5, but stuck in the 7th position right now for the 24 truck. Wimbish down to the bottom. Looks like maybe the bottom groove's starting to work and come back as the race goes. .41 laps in. We've got the 72 of Jacob Daniels gets a little loose. Loses quite a few spots. He's going to fall back to the 15th position now. This field pretty evened out, but Troy Cook getting around Craig Learman. And Jacob Daniels going to be the next victim there. Burt Wilson, these guys have been going back and forth for about 10 laps now. Wilson just not able to clear the 14. He's going to get to his inside this time in 1 and 2. Let's see if he can shoot it down into the inside corner and get him cleared. Doesn't look like it this time by. A lot of racing left to be done. We're at lap 43 out of 130. We're going to be coming up on green flag pit stops, but we're going to hit the quick hiatus button. And we'll be right back. WFO Twisted Tuesday Truck Series after this. Might have hit the button too soon. Took that quick break. Was going to pour a beer, and then Cody Williams came down pit road. So looks like they have about 27, 28 laps on fuel. And the 12 truck hits pit road first. He's going to be the first one down. A couple other guys come in. Jacob Daniels, Dustin German in there as well. Christopher Spencer, who came in 3rd position. John T. Wimbish in as well. And there they're down and away. Cody Williams leaves. 4 tires and fuel for these guys, guaranteed. There comes some more takers down pit road now. Richard Holland in there. Chuck Sweeting probably still on the track. But Holland comes down. He's going to take 4. Pagone stays out. He's about 1.5 back from Sweeting. And now here comes Sweeting down pit road. Nicely done for the 75 truck. Pagone clips away a lot of time there on the entrance of pit road. Todd Cleveland's still out there on the track. He's got Burt Wilson still out there with him. These guys saving a little bit more fuel. They're definitely going to bring it down pit road this time, though. 55, 3 wide as he tries to get to pit road. That's very dangerous. 1 lap led here for the 55, and he's coming in hot. Looks like he gets it slowed down just in time. All right, so the Copenhagen machine makes it into his stall. 70 Burt Wilson going to make his stall as well. 4 tires and fuel. And as we all cycle out, here comes Cody Williams to take the lead back. 48 laps into this thing, and he's led almost every single one of them. All right, so now that we've cycled through pit stops, I think we're at that point now. Or maybe, just maybe, we can put we can put a commercial up there. What do you think, chat? Just a quick one. I got to get a beer for it. I'm just not me without a beer. All right, guys. Twisted Tuesday Truck Series. Be right back after this. Oh my God. Oh my God, oh, nice. What a fucking thread there, buddy, huh? Oh my God, that was... In and out. Now, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Get me out of here. I lost the hubcap. Oh. Crucifix. Oh, you got me.
You're running flechettes. Oh, he's still in here.
Anyway, you ready? Amy Contracting Truck Series WFO Racing League back at Homestead Motor Speedway, 55 out of 130. And it's been the Cody Williams show thus far. He's got a 3.5 second lead over the guy that does a phenomenal job at this track, of Richard Holland. Right now, as it sits, we got to go pretty far back. He's got the 81 of Michael McCauley that is a lap down in front of him. Christopher Spencer back in third, and he's under fire. We've got the 24 of Austin Wagner working his way up into the top 5 after those pit stops. Shout out to Tyler Long, your first time watcher here at WFO. Murray, thank you for the view. Appreciate it. Shout out to you as well. Welcome into the broadcast. WFO Twisted Tuesday Truck Series has been going on for 10 seasons now. These guys have been doing a phenomenal job here tonight. We've ran about 54 out of the 57 laps under green. And this guy right here has led the vast majority of it here tonight. I tell you what, I'm surprised by what I'm seeing. Cody Williams, just a dominating performance thus far. We're coming up on halfway. I don't know that anyone has anything for him. It's just been a great race for him so far. Christopher Spencer, Dustin German, I believe Austin Wagner, Weeding, who must have got a speeding penalty during those green flag pit stops, all the way back in the 21st position for the 75 truck. He's trying to get back on the lead lap. He actually, it looks like he pitted again. Maybe he might have had a stop and go. Passing going on back here for the 18th position. Johnson New. James Lee back out on the track. Lee had those wheel issues earlier in this race, ended up on his lid in that first caution. I'm not sure if that was the reason for it or not, but we did catch that on a replay. Wagner's able to get around Christopher Spencer for third here. Just not quite able to clear him down the backstretch. Then the crossover. Spencer down to the bottom in 1 and 2. Not going to let up for the third spot. They go back and forth down the backstretch. Another crossover by the 24. I don't know that this is going to work for these tires. But they're racing hard, using it up. Somebody wants that podium. I think the 24 is going to concede it this time. Didn't quite get the run into 1 and 2 that he wanted. But he's going to try to come back. German just kind of sitting back, watching these guys use up their stuff. That's smart driving there. Racing for third spot that hard. I think the bigger picture here is who's going to go up here and catch Richard Holland and Cody Williams. We're talking about 0.8 of a second from third place to first place. Or 8 seconds, I mean. I apologize. Not 0.8. 8 seconds. By the way, everybody that's in the chat currently, if you hashtag your driver's number in the chat, that counts as a vote for driver of the day, post-race interviews with the top 3, and the driver with the most votes. If you're liking what you're seeing, make sure you hit that follow button, the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit all the buttons. Hit all of them. And share that stream. Helps us out tremendously here at WFO. 10 seasons strong. We appreciate everything that you guys do for us. And thank you for coming out and watching this. 63 out of 130. And in the Amy Contracting Truck Series in the chase right now. I'll get you a curtain view of the points through Discord. I'll give you, as of first race of the playoffs. We bring it up here on the screen. Maybe. There we go. Let's try to get that sized up. It was a little bit too big. A little bit too big. But Chuck Sweeting leading the points. Rick Fagone, Glenn Jamison, Troy Cook. And this has since changed. Just want to establish that that has changed. It's not quite the same as it was. Oh, sweet. We got 69mega.com. Good to see you in here. And Denise, on point. You almost beat him to it. Carlton voting for the number 24. Thank you for recasting that vote. Joshua Riggleman, another vote for the 24. You only get one vote, Murray. You only get one. But we're going to count it. We'll tally it up. There's 2 votes for the 24 here tonight. And as we cycle through this field, again through your top 10, Cody Williams, dominating performance. Can't say enough about it. We're on lap 66 out of 130. He's led the vast majority of it. 61 laps going to the 12 truck. That Toyota looking strong here tonight. Richard Holland back in the second spot. Not usual to see at Homestead, but he is still having a great performance. We're going to chalk this up to 6 seconds back to the third place driver, Christopher Spencer, who's been fighting pretty hard with the 24 of Austin Wagner in that 4th spot. Spencer really coming on here late in the season, and as soon as we get the official updated points from Dan Lisa, I'll be sure to put that up for you guys. But back in 4th position, Austin Wagner trying to get that podium. Here he goes down to the bottom. You see him right there trying to take away the 3rd position. These guys have been going at it now for 10 plus. It's been going on for quite some time. Then you got to go back a little bit more. This guy's been watching them run side by side. That's the 10 truck of Rick Fagone. And he's looking pretty strong. Top 5 performance for him. I know this isn't one of his favoriteest tracks in the world, but he is getting around it pretty well. Favoritist? Is that a word? Dustin German back in 6th position. We saw him fighting up there with that battle between the 24 and the 11 just a moment ago, but the 54 has fallen back to 6th spot now. These guys used up their tires a little bit. I think they're going to have to take care of some stuff and get on and off pit road a little bit better. John T. Wimbish, we're talking about 14 seconds back. Regardless of the reset, 14 seconds is almost an eternity. There's Brian Beach in the 18 truck in 8th position. Trying to get up on the outside of Wimbish right now down the front straightaway. Looks like he might have a nose there for a second. But Wimbish going to run that low line on the entry. Back here to Burt Wilson. He was fighting. He was fighting hard. Started in 3rd. Has fallen back to 9th. That's unfortunate. Hasn't fallen out of the top 10 yet, though. And then a guy that's worked his way back into the top 10, Troy Cook, who had some issues there. I don't know what happened, where he got the damage from, or what exactly happened to the 51 truck, but he'll round out your top 10 with a good recovery so far as we're approaching halfway here at Homestead tonight. Some guys that have had a tough break. Chuck Sweeting started in 2nd, currently a lap down. Might have had a penalty for speeding on pit road. I'd have to get the details of that to know for sure, but I'm going to guess that the 75 got caught entering too fast and had to come back around to pit road for a stop-and-go penalty, and that hold will kill you at this place. It doesn't take long to go a lap down. Another guy with a tough break. He was up there in the top 5 at one point. That's Vern Bradley. He's back to 20th position a lap down. Looked like he was struggling with the handling of that truck, and we're right on board with him. Looks like it hasn't improved too much. But some of these guys might have elected to take fuel. I'm not sure. They might have stopped and taking some fuel, trying to save an extra set of tires in case there's a caution. I don't exactly know. But what I can tell you is that Cody Williams is back down pit road in the 12. PNN Party's coming in for another vote. Appreciate that. There's 3 votes for the 24. Actually, 4 votes. We've got Moist Kite for a vote. Let's check in with the 24. He's in the 15th spot. Looks like he's just coming off a pit road as they cycle through. He was fighting for that 3rd spot. He was looking good. But as they all cycle out, Rick Fagone's still out there on the track. Burt Wilson, these guys pushed it a little bit further than everyone else. Able to get about 30 laps on their tires. Richard Holland coming out of pit road now. It all cycles through. Cody Williams is going to get back around the 31 of Holland, but not by much. No, he's going to actually lose the lead here maybe when we all cycle through. Wilson's still out there on the track. Troy Cook as well. And then Todd Cleveland. These guys staying out a lot longer. Now we've got the 10 of Fagone down pit road. He pits and comes through. Timing and scoring a little bit broken here. But 8.5 second pit stop. That looks like a fuel only run here for the 10 truck. Wilson back out on track. He takes 4. I would say Todd Cleveland, Burt Wilson, both going to have to bring it down pit road. I don't see him going any further than this. Cleveland's going to push it one more. Let's see what he's got. Williams just gets ahead of the 32 Holland, who has a little bit of an advantage, about 1 lap on tires, but Holland falls back pretty far from the 12 of Williams. Williams takes tires. Okay, so that's what it is. Holland electing not to take tires here. Some of these guys relying on the race to go green. They can make it to lap 100, 105. I expect them to come back down pit road again and take 4. They seem to be running about 28 to 30 laps on tires. Wagner back here in the 3rd spot now as all the pit road cycling happens. Sweeting, who brought it back down pit road, now being scored in the 4th position, but he has 24 laps on this stint. And I believe I heard him clutching it going into the corner. Let's see what he's doing. Well, he's going to make me a liar. But I tell you what, there's some stuff going on. A lot of different strategies. Those 2 cautions really shook things up. And Cody Williams taking tires. Richard Holland elects to take fuel only. He'll be the only guy in the top 3 to not take tires on that stop. Are you saying bye or hi? I can't tell. You put bye next to my name. And not in a bye way. Welcome in, Diana. I'm pretty secure that I'm not, but yeah, if you say so. If you say so, Diana, I'll go with it. All right, laps led for this 12 truck. He's made it 70 laps led out of 80. Incredible drive here for the 12. Cody Williams. Good to see him back out there on the track, able to make this race tonight. Austin Wagner works his way up to the second position. He's going to get around Richard Holland and probably walk away from him here. Lack of tires for the 31. I don't know if that was on purpose or not. He's one of the few guys up there that didn't take tires. Go back to the sixth position. Rick Fagone, Dustin German in the fifth spot just in front of him. He's trying to navigate maybe some lap traffic here. You've got the 17 Tommy Haynes and the 86 of John Sanu trying to work around him right now. Christopher Spencer in the fourth position. A lot of gaps going on. And that's who was clutching. I figured it out. The 11. He might not have enough fuel to make it. So he's trying to get to lap 100 and probably 103, 104 to have enough fuel to make it to the end. 11 truck might not have enough. But this race has been clean and green since about lap 15 or so. I take that back. We had a second caution. No, we haven't. Lap 15. 15. Only one caution here tonight. 9 lead changes. 47 laps to go here tonight. Yeah, 24. You're going to have to get my people in here. Okay. A little competition. So there it is. Evan Neese, Moist Kite, you guys, if you want votes for the 24, you better go get everybody you know. Better go call the moms and the aunts, the uncles. Go get them. Free truck at Hal Amy currently being scored. 1 lap down in the 16th spot. He's getting passed by second place driver Austin Wagner right now. It's a little bit of an off day for the 3 truck at Hal Amy. He is a little bit back to John Wimbish be the first truck a lap down if we have a caution. I would venture to say some of these guys will stay out after this all cycles through. If we had a caution, these guys would stay out for a waiver round. But here's a pass. Rick Fagone brings it down pit road at lap 86. This is interesting. Maybe he's convinced he's not going to make it. And truck pulls it in. Has to be perfect here on this stop. Right side's going up on this machine. Left sides are going to go up as well. He's down and away. Clean stop for the 10, but man, that's going to be tough. I don't know. He's going to fall back a lap down, and he's going to be behind a lot of these guys that are already a lap down. If we have a caution, this could destroy the race for Rick Fagone. He's relying on everybody to get around here. We want to talk about a lead. Cody Williams, 10 seconds ahead of Austin Wagner right now. Wagner's been one of the few guys that have rode that wall all the way through this race. Watch him come into 1 and 2 here. He's way up next to it. Holland, who we said elected not to take tires, has hung on to the 3rd spot. He's got Christopher Spencer back here clutching it, trying to save fuel. And some of these guys trying to make it in one stop, I think. That could be the race-winning decision right here for Christopher Spencer. We're talking about 19 seconds back, though. Cody Williams is checked out compared to the 4th and 5th position drivers. This field very spread out. Burt Wilson, the last car in the top 5. Great race for the 70 truck here tonight. Brian Beach back in the 6th position. Craig Learman, Glenn Jamieson, Chad Meadows, and Todd Cleveland, your top 10. But as we cycle through these pit stops, got a million different strategies going on here. That caution really shook things up. Free truck of Hal Amy, he's going to work his way up into the 13th position, get around some of these lap cars. My dog has left my side this entire race. She is, she's wanting some attention. So if I go quiet every now and then, it's because I'm telling her to sit still. She's trying to get up in my lap. That would not be good. She's a lap dog in her mind, but physically, she's 100 pounds, and that's not going to work out. You just smashed me, pup. All right, so we got some more guys electing to come down pit road. Some guys clutching it here. Go back on board with the 11. Let's see if he's still doing it. Yep, he's clutching it hard, trying to take the shortest way around the track as he lets the 14 of Vern Bradley around. He's long clutching it too. 11 really trying hard to make it around here. We had that fuel only stop by Richard Holland. He's going to bring it down pit road. He's back out on the track. Electing to take tires this time by. Let's see if it all evens out here for the 31. Maybe a little bit of damage there in the middle of the back of that machine. I can't tell. But it looks like maybe a little bit. Williams has not brought it down pit road yet. 23 laps on this stint. Probably going to push it to lap 100. Austin Wagner letting some of these guys by. He's in the 2nd spot. Haven't heard him clutching it. He's going to bring it down. He's not going to make it. All right, so here we go. We got Christopher Spencer, who's been saving fuel. Can he push it to lap 100? Can he make it in one stop? I don't know. I don't know, chat. That's going to be interesting. I don't know if he can do it. A lot of time left to go in this race. Over 30 laps to go. Spencer's still out there on the track. Williams still out there on the track. Williams might be sitting just fine. Spencer might be clutching it for no reason. I don't know. We'll see. 24 brings it down pit road. So he's back out on the track in the 9th spot. He gets 4 tires and fuel. But he's able to run it wide open compared to the 11 who's been clutching it this whole time. Burt Wilson's still out there as well. All right, so 12 truck down pit road. Is he going to take fuel only? No, right side goes up on that machine. He's going to take 4 tires. Last set here for the 12. Williams back. He's losing positions as we speak. Christopher Spencer, who was clutching it all the way through this run, and they almost strung it out to lap 100. Williams might have to clutch it to get around because these guys are only getting about 28 laps on the fuel. And this guy right here might have the race-winning strategy when all is said and done. If this race stays green, Christopher Spencer might have just outsmarted all of these guys from behind win here. We're about to find out. Wilson, I think, is doing the same thing. Chad Meadows and Vern Bradley are coming out of pit road now. These guys able to stretch it out far enough. I think they'll be okay. They might have to clutch it a little bit to save a lap or two, but man, impressive here for the 11 truck. It'll be even more impressive if it pays off. No, he's losing a ton of time here. He's going to have to come down pit road soon. I'd say probably this lap will be the one he comes down. He can't string it out much further. All right, here he comes. 11 truck in the pits. You can stretch it out 28 laps. We've seen quite a few of these guys do it. Burt Wilson going to be your leader. Into the stall perfectly for the 11. Spencer's going to fall back out of the top 5. But if these guys have to pit one more time, Wilson's been able to get it done as well. He's another one of those guys that has been able to get it done on a fuel strategy. Williams is coming. We're talking about 4 seconds here. Todd Cleveland in that 3rd spot. Down the back straightaway, getting around Troy Cook, who is a lap down. Austin Wagner in the 4th position, then Chuck Sweeting, who kind of predicted all of this before it happened. I'm going to elect to take fuel now and double pit these boys within 10 laps. It just didn't quite add up to him. So the 75 electing to go a lap down, looking like a genius right now. 31 of Richard Holland. He's going to move up to the 4th position now. Burt Wilson comes down pit road. Williams in the lead as we speak. Wagner trying to chase him down. 9-second gap. I tell you what, this guy feels like he passed 100 cars tonight. He started in 21st up to 2nd position. That's an amazing drive. If these guys would qualify up front, I think they would have an outstanding race. Emily Holtzman, welcome to the stream. How are you tonight? Adriana. Uh-oh, they're coming in 24. I tell you what, anybody voted for that 24, you better get with it. Pouring in. 23 laps to go. You better get those votes out there. Hashtag your favorite driver's number in the chat right now. Because the Amy Army is about to pick a driver, and it's going to be tough to beat. All right, these guys are clutching it. I can hear it. A lot of these trucks are clutching it. Williams back down pit road. The 11's looking like a genius right now. He's clutching. He's going to save a couple laps of fuel. If it goes green, I think the 11 gets it. That's a race-winning move right there. Wagner's going to be your leader now. Wagner's probably going to have to pull it back down pit road. He pitted on lap 98. Don't think he can save enough. He's going to have to pull it back in. Based off those RPMs, I don't think he's saving it all anyway. I don't know. I think these guys are praying for a caution now at this point. Rick Fagone going to bring it down pit road. He's going to top off. He actually elects to take 4 tires. Some of these guys elected fuel only, like Cody Williams, who ran out of tires. A lot of strategies going on. 5.8 second pit stop here for the 12, and I don't think he's going to have enough to go up there and catch. But Christopher Spencer, who took 4 tires, is he catching up to the 12 truck? It's 4.2 seconds here with 19 laps to go. That's a pretty big gap. .3 as they cross the line. And the 11's still saving fuel. I don't know if he's just not going to make it at all. He had to try something, though. And I'm going to guess that Wagner probably within the next 10 laps is going to have to pull it in. But right now, your leader, 24, Austin Wagner. 17 laps on this stint. Running the outside. I don't think that it's going to be enough. He hasn't saved any on this run at all. He's just praying for a caution. It might be too little too late for that. You can hear him clutching it going into the corners. But I don't think he has enough time, enough laps to save that much fuel. And Holland able to get around the 12 of Williams. So he's in the second position. He'll be the first one to pounce if Wagner goes down pit road. But 23 laps on this stint now for Holland, so he's a little out of the cycle. And he's going to bring it down pit road. Allows Cody Williams to catch back up to him. It's going to allow a lot of these guys that seem to be clutching it, trying to make it to the end. And there's Wilson, another guy that was on point with the strategy, following suit with the 11. He's going to pass Christopher Spencer here for the third spot. All right, Austin Wagner, your leader right now. 14 laps to go. Can't say definitively if he's going to make it, but he is clutching it. He is drifting around these corners, and he's drifting around them for a long time. 16-second gap back to Cody Williams. He lets Chuck Sweeting go by to get his lap back. Sweeting in the 7th spot. I really have no prediction. I have no idea who's going to be able to make it and who isn't. Everything is just all over the place for these fuel and tire strategies. These guys are definitely putting a veil over their strategy. They have no idea. Williams will be the closest one to pounce if the 24 can't make it. Burt Wilson is catching up to him though. But it is quite the gap. 5 seconds back here. That's a lot of time to try to catch up to a guy. Hashtag the number 12 here. There's 4 votes for the 12. I don't know. Am I allowed to vote? As an independent, am I allowed to vote? Wagner still out there on the track, but it looks like he's losing a lot of pace here. He's down pit road. And that's going to allow Cody Williams to go around him. Change for the lead here with 9 laps to go. I was pretty certain that Wagner wasn't going to be able to save enough fuel And there it is, just like that. We've got 7 votes. 8 votes. The number 12. 8 votes for the 12. 24 votes for Austin Wagner. I asked it. Can I vote? Am I allowed? Back here to Burt Wilson, who's running side by side with Christopher Spencer. This battle is for the second position with 8 laps to go. Williams in his own time zone. Can Burt Wilson hold on to this second spot? What a sharp looking ride on that 70 of Burt Wilson. And you got Sour Patch mixing it up here, trying to make it 3 wide there for a second. Side by side down the front stretch, 7 laps left. Cody Williams, your leader, 4.3 seconds ahead of Burt Wilson. These guys are catching up to him, but I don't think they have enough time. As Williams comes off down the back stretch. Good look here at the 11 and the 70. Wilson's going to fall back. Brian Beach is about 7 seconds back. I think the third place is pretty locked up here with 5 laps to go. But Williams, excellent drive here. I'm gonna cast my vote. He tried it. He tried what he could. I wanted to cast a vote for the 11 of Spencer. I thought this would be the winning strategy, and these guys still under fire. Wilson taking the heat to the back bumper. He knows that second position's right there in front of him. Just whether or not he can do anything with it. Some of the tough breaks, like Richard Holland here tonight, a guy we expected to do really well here at Homestead, back in the 8th position. Austin Wagner just ahead of him. Todd Cleveland, and then Chuck Sweeting in the top 5. Sweeting should be good to go here to the end. But some of these guys, like Brian Beach, he has 25 laps on this stint. I don't know if he's going to make it. I don't know that he has enough fuel. It's going to be really close. Spencer's another one of those guys that's just really close on fuel here. Troy Cook able to get away a position from John Wimbish. That was for the 15th spot. John Sanu moves around Chad Meadows. That was for 13th. Williams, 2 laps to go as he comes down the backstretch. 3.6 second lead. And it looks like he's going to wrap things up here as he takes the white flag off of turn 4. Williams has been outstanding here tonight. 101 laps led out of the 130 that we have to complete here. And he's going to lead one more as they take the white flag. Down into 1 and 2. Nobody around him. Christopher Spencer all the way back in the 2nd position. About 3.5 back. Williams just a dominating performance as he comes down into 3 and 4. One more time around for Cody Williams. Driver of the day. Race winner. Cody Williams crosses the line Your winner here tonight, Twisted Tuesday, Amy Contracting Truck Series here at WFO. Christopher Spencer going to get second position, and Burt Wilson in third. Post-race interviews with your top three and your driver of the day. Excellent job by all these guys. We'll bring those results up here on screen for you real quick. Cody Williams getting that win. Christopher Spencer almost having the big brain strategy of the night. Comes home in second. Third, Burt Wilson following that strategy. Brian Beach, who just snuck it out. I guarantee he ran out of fuel at the line. Chuck Sweeting, Todd Cleveland, Richard Holland in seventh. Austin Wagner back to eighth. Rick Fagone and Tommy Haynes, your top 10. Craig Learman, Glenn Jameson, John Sanu, and Troy Cook, John T. Wimbish, Chad Meadows, Vern Bradley, Jacob Daniels, Michael McCauley, Hal Amy. Rounding out your field, Jonathan Williams, James Lee, Dustin German, Vern Margheim. Rounding out the rest, and then yours truly, accidentally registered for the session. But here we are with the 12 truck of Hal Amy, or the 12 truck of Hal Amy. Cody Williams getting it done here tonight. Race winner. We'll be right back after this quick break. Racing. It's in our blood. From the No Limits of Texas. With the high-speed banks at Daytona.
I mean, nobody's going to catch that 3 truck of Hal Amy as he takes it.
And the drop of the green flag. It's a green flag pit stops. It's in their DNA. We live for it. There's 7 nights in a week. And only one night matters to us. The moment to prove that we're the best. Laying down an entire season. Pushing the limits. We're made for it. Bumper, Artie Peterson out to the lead. Glenn Jameson's pushing hard now. Garrett behind him. Top 5 could throw a blanket over it. Artie's going to drop down to the inside. 10 car's going to start pushing. These guys are getting a little dicey back in 5th and 6th place. Little contact between the 14 and the 70. 63, 3 wide in the front. Artie Peterson stuck out in the middle. Brandon Winning, we got a car down on the apron. 70 car, and now a car up in the wall. We got a wreck behind him. 1 lap to go. Rick Fagone has got the position right now. Garrett Helmlinger and Glenn Jameson neck and neck. We got a push on the inside. Push on the 10 car. Rick Fagone looks like he might pull it off neck and neck at the line, and the 10. Oh, and the Garrett Helmlinger. I can't believe what I just saw. It looks like Garrett Helmlinger. Survival of the fittest. 16 chase drivers. 1 championship. Who's got what it takes? As they give the command to start the engines, it's time to find out. WFO is live right now.
eyes on it, but man, Bagone has just a perfect 1 and 2 right there, Nation. Bagone's going to bring it off the bottom. Out of turn 4, can he hold them off to the start-finish line? And I believe he's going to, Nation.
Good win. Race winner Cody Williams catching up with him down here in WFO Victory Lane. The 12 truck able to get it done with just the right strategy. Got a little confusing there. I moved out of the channel, but Cody, I got a little bit confusing there for a few minutes. You had a bunch of different guys doing different things. And I don't know, man. It just cycled out your way there at the end.
Yeah, that was it was just my plan. After that caution, it kind of threw a wrench and everything. So my plan was to just take tires every time and build the biggest lead I possibly could. And then at the end, just stop in the middle for some gas and get back out there and hopefully be able to hold those guys off. And it just worked out my way.
75 of Chuck Sweeting short pitted. We had Christopher Spencer out there on the track as well, clutching it. And then you had Austin Wagner in front of you who had to pit on lap 98. We kind of knew that some of these guys just weren't going to make it on fuel. So you stuck to your strategy and it worked out.
Yeah, I knew Austin was going to have to pit again. And so I wanted to pit early in that run while I still had tires so I could come in and get some gas and I could still go out there and make good lap times instead of stopping at the very end. So yeah, somehow it worked out, man. I'm not sure that it would work that way every time, but it just worked our way this time.
Well, the 12 truck able to make the grid tonight, and you dominated out here tonight. 103 laps led, and you took away that coveted race that you know a teammate loves to be at.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is his track for sure. Yeah. Well, a lot of the guys on the team, this is their track, but having these tire limits that don't let us take tires every pit stop, it really throws you know, a wrench in and how we kind of run our races. So it's definitely interesting for sure, but it just worked out our way tonight and it was a lot of fun. I don't get to run a lot of these much anymore, so it's great to get out here with the guys and just have a good time.
Well, congratulations on the victory tonight, Cody, and that awesome dominating performance, especially running the bottom. Didn't see that coming. You guys down on the bottom for a lot of this. Do you have anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's victory?
Oh yeah, big shout out to everybody at WFO, all the guys, all the admins, and Vern and McCauley, and everybody put these things on, and my teammates for sticking with me and been through some life changing events here in the last few months, and not getting to run as much as I can, but they still help me out like always, and big shout out to everybody who watches these things, and we'll see if we can't make another one next week.
You better shout them out because you also got driver of the day tonight, Cody. So Amy
Hell
Army
yeah.
coming out in droves for you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Appreciate everybody watching and voting for me, and it was a good time. I really appreciate it, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
Congratulations on driver of the day and the race win, Cody. Thank you for your time, man. And we look forward to maybe seeing you tomorrow night or next week.
All right, appreciate it, man.
All right, 12 truck, Cody Williams making it out of here in victory lane. We've got a second place finisher here, and that would be the 11, Christopher Spencer. It almost worked. Big brain strategy. We saw you clutching it there towards the end, but it just didn't work out your way.
Unfortunately not. Cody, first off, hats on to those guys. They did a great job of that extra pit stop and still came out in front of us. I thought it was going to be me and Bert battling at the end when I realized that the 12 and the 24 couldn't make it on fuel. But somehow the 12 was just on fire today. I was hoping he ran out of fuel there, but of course I'm happy to see that he did win it. A great strategy. Second place. Hey, I'll take it. Not exactly the biggest fan of Homestead.
Well, I can tell you what, that first caution, it seemed like it mixed up a lot of strategies for everybody. We had probably five or six different strategies out there during the whole race. I mean, you got to predict what other guys are going to do in order to get out in front of them, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Especially in these races, you try to have a pit strategy going in. You start off the race and you kind of have an idea of like, all right, we're going to be making pit stops around this time frame, this time frame. So that caution coming out was kind of just in the middle of the run, kind of put us short on fuel. So after that, once we went green, it was kind of just trying to save fuel, make sure you were in the right strategy to make it to the end.
I tell you what, a lot of these guys racing, from the back of the field to the front, you were one of them. You were kind of mid sixth position up to second there during the race. Congratulations on the second place finish, my guy.
Bradley, thank you. Just great racing. First off, shout out to everyone at WFO. Just great racing tonight. Every week, just puts on a great show. No matter where you're on the field, it's competitive everywhere. So really, really enjoyed that.
Hey, thank you for your time, man. Anybody else you'd like to shout out before we let you go?
Of course, the WFO Racing League. Bradley, you guys just at the broadcast, you guys do a great job. Love going back watching. My team, Smoke Show Racing, Dustin Germain, John's in there, Brian Beach, SRTV Network, Raw Fuel. If you guys check out Twitch, we have a live stream on board going there under the Raw Fuel tag. So yeah.
Well, thank you for your time there, 11, and look forward to talking to you tomorrow night, possibly.
Yeah, look forward to it. Thank you, Bradley.
All right, there's your second place finisher, Christopher Spencer. And, from time to time, I butcher that name. I don't know why I do it, but I call him Christian. And I'm trying to get over these habits of calling. You know what? I broadcast probably 5 different leagues during the year. So you got to give me a break, guys. You got to give me a break. But third place finisher tonight in the booth, Bert Wilson. You got a copy, my guy?
Yeah, how you doing there, Coop?
I'm going to turn you up just a little bit. I think the volume, I think you're okay. Say one more for me.
Testy, testy, 1, 2, 3.
Testy, testy. I like it. All right. So, Bert, man, you were right there on the 11 strategy. It just couldn't edge out Cody Williams, but you come home third tonight. Talk about these fuel strategies. It was crazy out there.
Yeah, knew pretty much what the fuel run was. So when we had that early caution, it was kind of like right in the middle of the run. So was planning on a short stop in it, but was able to run it out an extra lap a couple of times. That probably actually cost me second on the second to the last run. I didn't need to. I ended up with 2 to the good. So I gave up some time on that second to the last run. So, but still third's pretty good. I wasn't expecting to get that the way the race was going. And, Cody had an extra stop and still beat me. So what the hell?
Yeah, Cody was he was on another time zone tonight. It was going to be tough to beat him, this race going green as long as it did. But let's talk about something else. This paint scheme, man. These are just beautiful trucks out there on the track. I just want to establish that right now.
Yeah, I think you guys just have a bunch of chrome lovers is what you guys are.
Chrome lovers, yeah. I mean, hey, exploit it. Make every single truck chrome, but even down to the theme of the truck, it's just perfect. We saw a beautiful car there last week as well. And yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. But hey, I tell you what, man, getting third in WFO is a tall task.
Yeah, especially we got some new competition in there with Sweeting. And of course, Cody Williams always fast. And, Richard's always fast. So third's a good day. It was better than I expected and what I hoped for. I was really hoping Cody didn't have enough gas, would blow a tire, fly off the track screaming something. I don't know. I didn't care. I was really hoping it was me and Spencer there for the win. I was really hoping, but I used up my stuff too much that last run, and he got back by me, and there wasn't anything I could do about it. So,
well, nonetheless, man, coming home with a podium, congratulations. Do you have anybody you'd like to shout out?
My 6th grade math teacher, Mrs. Maylander.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank her. She said I'd never amount to anything. She's right. Now I have time to race.
That's it? That's what you're going with?
Of course, you guys, man, Coop, you do a great job broadcasting, and Hal for sponsoring this thing, and Vern for running the league. So, always shout out to you guys. You do a great job. It's always fun racing here. Shout out to all the racers. Everybody ran pretty clean today. Gave good room. I think the only problem was a force feedback problem someone had, so they had to pull it off. That was the only caution. Otherwise, it would have been clean and green the whole way.
I tell you what, I think you should, instead of thanking the math teacher, blame the math teacher, because it was tough in the strategy tonight, knowing how much fuel you needed.
Well, yeah, and I pushed it an extra lap just to be sure, and I was driving the damn wheels off at the last session. I don't think I've been this sweaty in a long time running a race, so the math worked out for me today. I'm happy it did. Otherwise, I'd have probably been back in the double digits somewhere, so all good.
We appreciate your time, Bert, and we look forward to racing with you tomorrow night.
All right, I'll see if I can come up with a new Chrome scheme for you next week.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Looking
Gotta-
forward to it, Bert.
Got to get that TV time somehow.
Hey, you're up there on the podium tonight, so congratulations, my guy.
All right, thanks. You have a good night.
You too. Bert Wilson, third place finisher tonight. I tell you what, it was a fun race. You guys enjoy it? Everybody out there in the chat, hey, I will say, 24 car coming from 21st to finish 8th position. A lot of you guys out there voting for him. Appreciate that. And everybody that tuned in here tonight, the Amy Army, everybody, Moist Kite especially, GG. Love you guys, mean it. Thank you for your time. If you enjoyed what you saw just now, make sure you hit the subscribe button and never miss a race from WFO Racing Network. We've got another broadcast tomorrow night, Wicked Wednesday Xfinity Series. Yours truly going to join them out on the track. We got a lot of familiar names that are going to be out there. Another Homestead race as we get ready to wrap up another stage and eliminate some drivers. 16 drivers in this chase, and I'll get you the points updated here next week when we bring it back next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time for the Twisted Tuesday Truck Series. Until then, appreciate your time. Hope to see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Have a good night. Racing. It's in our blood. From the No Limits of Texas to the high-speed banks at Daytona.
I mean, nobody's going to catch that 3-truck of Hal Amy as he takes it.
From the drop of the green flag. To green flag pit stops. It's in their DNA. We live for it. There's 7 nights in a week. And only one night matters to us. The moment to prove that we're the best. Laying down an entire season. Pushing the limits. We're made for it. Bumper, Artie Peterson out to the lead. Glenn Jamison's pushing hard now. Garrett behind him. Top 5 could throw a blanket over it. Artie's going to drop down to the inside. 10 car's going to start pushing. These guys are getting a little dicey back in 5th and 6th place. Little contact between the 14 and the 70. 63, 3 wide in the front. Artie Peterson stuck out in the middle. Brandon Winning, we got a car down on the apron, 70 car, and now a car up in the wall. We got a wreck behind him. 1 lap to go. Rick Fagone has got the position right now. Garrett Helmlinger and Glenn Jamison neck and neck. We got a push on the inside, push on the 10 car. Rick Fagone looks like he might pull it off neck and neck at the line, and the 10. Oh, the Garrett Helmlinger. I can't believe what I just saw. It looks like Garrett Helmlinger. Survival of the fittest. 16 chase drivers. 1 championship. Who's got what it takes? As they give the command to start the engines, it's time to find out. WFO is live right now.
On it, but man, Fagone has just a perfect 1 and 2 right there, Nation. Fagone's going to bring it off the bottom out of turn 4. Can he hold them off to the start finish line? And I believe he's going to, Nation.